Hi everyone, this is Shaurya and you are watching Money Time at Money9, where we tell you all the news that impacts your pocket. So, let's begin today with some good news. CPI inflation for the month of July has fallen to 6.71%. Retail inflation has now fallen to 3 months in a row. But inflation has remained above RBI's upper level of tolerance band of 6% for the 7 straight months in a row. Now, retail inflation has remained higher due to high prices of vegetables, spices and footwear. Although egg inflation has shown some respite as it fell to -3.84%. Rural inflation and urban inflation both showed consolidation on a sequential basis to 6.8% and 6.49% respectively. After the government imposed GST on rented accommodation, a lot of people living on rent are confused whether they have to pay GST or not. Well, according to media reports, any salaried employee living on rent is not liable to pay GST. But a businessman living on rented accommodation and having turnover of 20 lakh rupees will have to pay GST on the rent. If a businessman sells goods, then he will be liable to pay GST only when his turnover is minimum of 40 lakh rupees. So chill out, all these salaried employees out there. Government has not imposed any GST on the rent you pay. Next up, if you have invested in Atal Pension Yojana, then you must take note of government's latest notification on the pension scheme. According to the notification, if you are eligible to pay taxes or you have been a taxpayer, then you will not be able to subscribe Atal Pension Yojana from October 1, 2022 onwards. According to the government's notification, if you join the scheme on or after October 1 and later on government authorities come to know that you were taxpayer earlier, then the government will close your account and credit back your entire pension accumulated. But the government has not mentioned anything whether it will close accounts of those taxpayers who are already invested in this scheme or not. Though media reports mention that income taxpayers have got 50 days window till September 30 to join the pension scheme. We wait for further clarification from government authorities. If you regularly visit supermarkets to buy items that you need in your daily life, then you must have noticed that such items have become costlier in the last 1 year. Companies that sell these items have said that such items of daily use will become further costlier in time to come. FMCG company Dabur has said that its products are going to get further costlier in the third quarter of current financial year. Further, biscuits and snacks sold by Britannia are going to become further costlier by 10% in coming days. Imami has said that its products like Boroplus and Navratan oil will become costlier by 4 to 5% in this financial year. So, brace yourself for a fresh round of inflation in daily items of need. Well, the stock market has been on a roll for a month now. Even the benchmark index Nifty has surged by almost 9% in the last 1 month. Brokerage firm Motilal Oswal has released a report on future performance of the benchmark index. Let's see what does the report has in for aspirant investors out there. Well, according to the report, Nifty 50 index is slated for further upside of 13% from here. The report mentions that private bank stocks, oil and gas stocks and NBFCs will lead the rally in benchmark index. Report also mentions stocks like ONGC, UPL, HDFC Life, SBI Life, Axis Bank and Hindalco could gain over 15% in the next 1 year. Public sector bank Bank of Maharashtra has reported highest growth of loans and deposits in the quarter 1 of FY23 as compared to all other 11 public sector banks in the country. In the quarter 1 FY23, all PSBs come out with flying colors. Bad loans of all PSBs have declined on a yearly basis. Bank of Maharashtra and State Bank of India reported lowest gross NPA and net NPAs too. Of late, government has taken a lot of efforts to reduce bad loans of public lenders. It seems that PSBs have immediately benefited by those steps. The IPO of electronic manufacturing services firm Syrma SGS Technology kick-started on Friday. Investors applied for only 15% of overall quota. Retail investors applied the most and 28% of the respective quota was filled on the first day of the initial share sale. Whereas qualified institutional investors pitched for not even 1% of their overall quota. The IPOs received muted response even from non-institutional investors as well, as their quota was filled by mere 5% on day 1. Earlier, Shriram SG Technology reported that its book anchor of 252 crore rupees was fully subscribed. Talking about IPOs, another company has filed preliminary papers with SEBI to bring its IPO. Balaji Specialty Chemicals has filed preliminary papers with SEBI to bring its IPO. The IPO will comprise of fresh equity shares worth 250 crore rupees and rest being offered for sale. Solapur-based Balaji Specialty Chemicals manufactures niche chemicals for various verticals like specialty chemicals, agrochemicals and pharmaceuticals. Its key customers subsume UPL, Dr. Reddy and Aarti Drugs. Talking about company's financials, its customer base has grown from 45 to 182 in just 2 years from FY20 to FY22. Its revenues and profits have grown impressively in FY21 to 22. On Friday, India's largest smartphone manufacturer Xiaomi launched new foldable smartphone, Xiaomi MIX Fold 2. The base variant of the foldable smartphone is 1.06 lakh rupees. The striking feature about this handset is that it will run on highly advanced Qualcomm Snapdragon 8 Plus Gen 1 chipset. Some of its other striking features are 50 megapixel camera, 30 megapixel ultra-wide sensor and 8 megapixel telephone sensor. Mahindra unveils new Scorpio. Mahindra unveiled its new Scorpio Classic SUV on Friday, which is expected to be less expensive than the current Scorpio N model, which sells for between 11.99 lakh rupees to 23.9 lakh rupees. So, it will cost between 10 lakh and 17 lakh rupees ex-showroom. This launch is part of company's plan to maintain the old generation Scorpio's fan base by continuing to provide it in a new form, including the release of all-new Scorpio N, which is a very new car overall. In order to expand the client base for Scorpio brand, both cars will continue to source simultaneously. Expect the new SUV to be powered by 2.2-liter diesel engine with 140 horsepower and a 6-speed manual transmission. The Scorpio Classic might not offer 4WD or an automatic transmission to keep the expenses down. Well, that's it for today. Hope you like this content, and for more such content, do follow us on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram and YouTube, and download our app from the Play Store.